of the 22-day. Today is day 12 of the 22-day push-up challenge. Today I will be reading a post from Facebook that I found on hashtag veteran suicide, and it goes like this. This was published May 27 by Austin Baxter. I want to introduce you to Jeff Collins. Jeff Collins. Jeff is a former Staff Sergeant Army Scout. The reason I wish for you to know him is because he ended his own life today. If I do not introduce him to you, he would just be a number of 22 a day that are ending their lives needlessly. Jeff was severely injured on a house raid in Iraq. 3 of his soldiers were killed. He saved his platoon leader's life. Jeff fought and killed 7 bad guys in a room no bigger than 20 feet by 20 feet that also had a spider hole full of Taliban. He took multiple rounds to his body armor. Bodies were piled up against the door, blocking anyone from entering. The fight only ended when a striker breached the wall. The striker ran over Jeff and broke his back in the process. It was a year before Jeff could walk again. Jeff had very hard times since he was medically discharged with 100% disability. 2 divorces, the first one because of Jody during his tour in Iraq, his father's suicide, his mother's terminal illness, and the ongoing child custody dispute of the love of his life, 11-year-old Savannah. Luckily, Savannah was not home when Jeff passed. Jeff's mother is currently in hospice and probably won't make it another 24 hours. Jeff went home for the evening and took a lethal dose of some of his prescribed back injury and PTSD meds. Jeff always had a hard time taking his medication correctly for his multiple combat-related ailments and injuries. He did not want to be on the meds and would purposely not take them until he absolutely had to. And he always had a hard time finding the right dosage to help at that point. Jeff was a hero, a Purple Heart and a Bronze Star with V Medal recipient, Combat Action Badge. One of the finest soldiers I ever had the pleasure of leading and serving with. As far as I am concerned, he died today as a result of injuries he received in Iraq 7 years ago. Godspeed, Scout. I'll see you on the Fiddler Greens. Thank you for taking the time to know Jeff Collins. And then Jamie Wallace responds, They bid me take my place among them in the halls of Valhalla, where thine enemies have been vanquished, where the brave shall live forever. Nor shall we mourn, but rejoice for those that have died the glorious death. I just thought that would be nice to read today, since I haven't read anything in a couple days, in a few days. Then just gonna bust out my push-ups before I go to sleep, and here they are. That's 22. Alright guys, have a good night. See you tomorrow.